Alright, you've just seen the product and you've seen how I've managed to scale this product over 100k, but now it's time to look at what I would have done differently, because of course I can't complain, we got great results, but I know with the strategy that we use now I could have gotten a lot more out of this product. And we're going to start off with the pin. The ad copy, it was decent, it worked, but if I would have created this pin right now, I would have made the ad copy a little bit more related to the product. Now it was just a sentence which can be used for anything, but if you can tell a little bit more about the product or use a little bit more specific angle, it would probably have been a little bit better. Also, we didn't add a description to the pin, which is a small detail. You can perfectly scale a pin, advertise with a pin, but for the organic part it's useful to add a description as well, so we didn't do that. Then we started out with one pin, and we were lucky that that pin worked, because what I've seen, when we use two pins we get a lot better results overall. And there were some cases where my team launched a product with a pin that wasn't performing really well, and then later I changed the pin, or someone changed the pin, and we saw a great result. So it can really make a big difference. Sometimes it doesn't really make a big difference, but it can. So you just want to increase your chances with using two pins, and it's better for optimization as well. Now the retargeting was probably the part where we fucked up basically. And as you can see on the screen, you can see the results. It was really poor. We could have gotten so much more out of this with if we just focused on retargeting more, tested more pins. We started way too late with the retargeting. The budgets were very small as well. And if we just focused on the retargeting more, we probably could have scaled this at least over 20k on just the retargeting. But yeah, as I said, we didn't really focus on the retargeting at the time, probably because we were scaling other products too, and this wasn't our main focus. But yeah, you should definitely focus on retargeting more. Then the scaling method, as I already talked about in the previous video, we started too late with CPAs, which results in us not being able to scale very fast, and also not very high. The vertical scaling method that we used back then was way too aggressive, which if you do this now, it will reset the optimization, so you don't want to do this. And yeah, we should have started with scaling CPAs immediately when we saw the great results that we had after a couple days. And then finally, we should have used one account. Back then I didn't really know what how the optimization works, so I didn't know that it had a big effect. But when you're using two accounts, you're competing with yourself, you get higher ad cost, and also it doesn't make sense to switch to a new account, because the account itself needs time to optimize, but also the campaign in the account that we used needed time to optimize. And if you start using two campaigns, you're competing with yourself, but also well, it's good that we actually kept that first account running, because that one was optimized, and then when we started a new account, you have to optimize again. Now, as you saw in the previous video, we were profitable immediately from the start on the first day on the new account, but that was just because the product was really good and new. But yeah, just use one account. If you do decide to take a product from your general store, for example, and you want to create a brand, which is also something that we could have done. Now, when I decided to create a case study for this product, I gave up on that idea because I knew I would be copied a lot. But that's something that we could have done, is to create a brand, but then I wouldn't dropship it. I would just purchase it and use stock and ship it with a lot faster shipping times. But then it's okay to start a new account, of course, for that brand, but otherwise I would just scale your products on a general store. So yeah, these are the main things that I would have done differently, quite a lot actually. If you've seen the course already, then you know the strategy is a bit different than the strategy that we used to scale this product, and that's because it was one of the first products that was really good, and we didn't have as much knowledge on Pinterest that we have now, but still the results were very good, and you saw what the results were with a strategy that wasn't optimized, and now you can just imagine what you can do if you do use the right strategy, and you can see that Pinterest is just full of opportunities. So hopefully it was useful for you. This case study. I will be making more case studies in the future as well. I'm just waiting for products to die out so I can share them with you. But yeah, stay tuned, and good luck with your own Pinterest adventure.